Hello everyone, Smarty here from Everything Star Wars, and welcome to another video. Today, I'm kicking off a new episodic series, Galaxy of Stories. This first episode will focus on the tragedy of Anakin Skywalker. First known only to audiences as Darth Vader, Anakin's persona was initially seen as one of the most evil characters to ever be shown in theaters. He was looked at as the very embodiment of evil, a person children would cover their eyes in the theater to avoid looking at since he was so terrifying. Upon the completion of the 6-movie franchise, however, he had been developed into a much deeper character. Instead of a man in a dark suit simply looking for power and the destruction of rebels and hope, we saw a conflicted Jedi who only wanted what was best for him, the Republic, and his wife. A desire that was used against him by the Sith Lord Darth Sidious to turn to the dark side and be his servant, only to be destroyed by a redeemed Anakin in the end. Anakin's story starts on Tatooine. A young boy born of the Force into slavery, he had quick reflexes and was the most Force-sensitive being ever encountered by the Jedi Order upon his discovery. Jedi Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan managed to rescue Anakin from slavery through betting his release on his victory in a pod race. Anakin sadly left his home planet and his mother behind to become a Jedi, then helped the Naboo fend off the Separatist blockade and invasion. The Jedi were at first unwilling to have Anakin become part of their order due to his older age and clouded future. In the end, however, the Jedi Council allowed Obi-Wan to have Anakin as a Padawan. Qui-Gon was initially going to be his master, but was defeated by Darth Maul, who was then struck down by an enraged Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan trusted his master's belief of Anakin being the Chosen One, and obeyed Qui-Gon's dying wish to train the boy. Several years later in his life, we see Anakin's first real tastes of the dark side. He reveals his extraordinarily strong feelings of love for Padme Amidala, the Naboo queen turned senator he had ventured with when he was taken up by the Jedi. This love caused great conflict within him because being attached to someone like the way he wanted was forbidden for Jedi. This did not stop him from marrying her in secret, however. In our first view of his full capabilities rooted in the dark side, he massacres an entire village of Sand People in order to exact revenge on them because they had kidnapped, tortured, and ultimately murdered his mother. This was such a huge event for him and his development as a character because his mother, as we see in episode 1, is the most important person in his life at this point. For him to lose her in such a grisly fashion and feel responsible turned his heart dark. His feeling of responsibility for her death is also the catalyst that made him swear to do anything to prevent Padme's death later on. I think this is the point in his life where he starts to become aware of the power of the dark and how he is incompatible with the Jedi philosophy. Throughout the Clone Wars, now Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker was leading clone troopers, mainly the 501st, into battles on many planets. His excursions with them were met mostly with success, with only a few failures spotting his record as a general. His personal development in this time also made him feel increasingly estranged from the Jedi and the light side of the Force. On many occasions, he used the dark side to interrogate prisoners as well as act out in anger. He also gained a Padawan named Ahsoka Tano, whom he valued very much as a friend. There were times when his caring for her clouded his judgment and caused him to make poor tactical decisions because he was simply unwilling to have another lost life be his responsibility. He trusted and valued her so much that when she was framed for a horrible crime she didn't commit, Anakin went out of his way to find the truth. Even when he did, however, it was not enough to redeem the Jedi Council in Ahsoka's eyes who had turned their backs on her, and she left the Order. This undoubtedly left Anakin feeling like he was responsible for the failures of the Order to Ahsoka, and further strengthened his hidden distrust of all the Jedi. Towards the end of the Clone Wars, a few events took place that continued to strengthen Anakin's fall to the dark side. First is when he murdered Count Dooku at the request of Palpatine at the end of a spar in which Obi-Wan and Anakin were attempting to rescue Palpatine from Dooku's clutches. He even knew it was not the Jedi way, but killing a defenseless Dooku out of anger and hatred and on the command of Palpatine was too tempting even for a Jedi Knight. During this point in his life, Anakin was becoming closer and closer as a friend to the Supreme Chancellor, which made the Jedi Council very uncomfortable, climaxing when Palpatine made Anakin his personal representative to the Jedi. The Jedi then asked Anakin to spy on the Chancellor, further causing conflict inside of him because of his friendship with Palpatine. Furthermore, the Jedi Council granted Anakin a seat with them, but did not give him the rank of Master. This was the final blow to his failing trust in the Jedi Order. All the while this was happening, Anakin was also having forced premonitions of his wife's death during childbirth. This is the development Palpatine was looking for to finish Anakin's turn to the dark. He promises Anakin that he can save Padme, which ultimately leads Skywalker to betray Mace Windu and follow through with Order 66, wiping out what they assumed was the remainder of the Jedi. Anakin and his former master, Obi-Wan, fight to destroy one another on the planet Mustafar, where Sidious had sent Vader to finish off the leadership of the Separatists. Anakin becomes overconfident, which nearly causes his death at the hands of Obi-Wan, who left him badly burned and left for dead. Darth Sidious was able to rescue Darth Vader and put him in his famous suit, which became Vader's Chamber of Torment. Padme dies in this process, which left Anakin, now Darth Vader, with nothing but self-hatred and his loyalty to his new master, Darth Sidious. We don't see Anakin fully back until his rebirth and the death of Darth Vader. I will do a standalone video on Darth Vader since he is technically a different person than Anakin Skywalker, even though we know that a little bit of Anakin continues to live inside of Darth Vader. Luke, Anakin's son, manages to motivate the now redeemed Anakin to kill Sidious. This ultimately solidifies Anakin as the Chosen One, as he brings balance to the Force through his destruction of the Sith Lords Darth Sidious and Darth Vader. Anakin's story is one of the most important and influential in the Star Wars universe. He is the Chosen One, and many of the big events that took place in the galaxy during this time revolved around him and his decisions. I personally find his story the most interesting and gripping out of all the others. His fall to darkness and ultimate redemption is what shaped the galaxy into what we know now. The rise of the Empire, the birth of Luke Skywalker, the destruction of the Jedi, Republic, and Confederacy of independent systems, and the ultimate fall of the Empire are all due to Anakin Skywalker. Much pain came from his existence, but so did much joy and redemption in the end. Anakin Skywalker never truly died. Thank you for watching this first video in the series Galaxy of Stories. Let me know what you think about Anakin. Do you believe that he's the Chosen One? Was Anakin ever truly dead? What caused his turn back to the light? Also, please let me know of any other topics you want me to talk about or any future characters to include in this series. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching Everything Star Wars, and have a good day.